I spent over $100,000 in 5 years of my life to study accounting and finance in university. And honestly, I just wish I had a simple video like this to walk me through step by step on how to actually invest my own money. And so that's why in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 simple steps that you need to take to invest your own money so that you can finally start making your money work for you rather than against you. And these are the exact same 5 steps that I've used to build a multiple 6-figure stock investment portfolio before 30 and help over 200 plus clients be on track to retire early in Canada. So let's get into it. Starting with step number 1, which is a mistake that most beginner investors make, including myself. And it's so important to get this one right because it will literally save you over $100,000. So I remember when I was in high school, I wanted to start investing the money that I made from my part-time job as a swimming instructor. And so I went to the bank and met with my advisor. And they just put my money into some GICs or some mutual funds. But when I asked why and what are my other options and what do all of these numbers mean, the advisor just said, just trust me. And little did I know I would be losing a lot of money. You see, there are 3 ways to invest your own money. The first way is to work with a financial advisor. This is where you hand over your money for someone else to invest for you. The pro is that it's easy. You literally don't have to do anything. But here's a cost that no one explains to you. You see, when you work with a financial advisor, your money is going to be put into mutual funds. And mutual funds have an average management expense ratio of about 2.5%. Now, this 2.5% may not sound like a lot, but this is literally costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, let's say you invest $10,000 every year over 30 years at an average annual rate of return of about 8%. Well, without the 2.5% fee, you'll end up with over $1.1 million. But if you have that 2.5% management fee, the difference is over $400,000. And the thing that most people don't know is that when you walk into your bank and meet with your trusted advisor, they're likely not even a financial advisor. Instead, they're just a customer service representative. And their main goal isn't to give you financial advice. Their goal is to sell you expensive financial products that makes the bank money and keeps you poor. The only time you'll actually be working with a financial advisor is if you have over $100,000 in assets. And so let's say you actually do work with a real financial advisor. But the thing is, studies show that only about 10% of financial advisors can actually beat average market returns. That means if you learn how to invest your own using a simple passive investing strategy that I teach my clients, you have a 90% chance to do better than your financial advisor. Which brings me to option number 2, which is to invest your own money. Now, if you're just starting out with investing, I highly recommend getting started with a passive investing strategy. This just means that you're investing into the entire stock market through diversified funds, typically through exchange-traded funds or ETFs. For example, this ETF tracks the S&P 500, which is a market index of the top 500 largest US companies. And so if you just buy $100 of this one ETF, you're going to be invested in all 500 of these companies. Now, there are a few pros to doing this. The first is that you get a high return for the amount of time that you put into it. Passive investing typically gets you an 8 to 10% rate of return, and it only takes about 1 hour per month to actually do it. And so passive investing gives you a pretty high return for the amount of effort that you're putting into it. Passive investing is also very low risk. When you're using a passive investing strategy, you're typically investing for the next 5, 10, 20 plus years. And so even if the stock market crashes tomorrow, that doesn't really matter to you because you don't need this money anytime soon. And so that's why when you use a passive investing strategy, you don't have to be constantly watching the stock market. But the thing is, most people who invest their own money actually do it wrong. Even using a passive investing strategy isn't as simple as just buying a couple of ETFs and calling it a day. You have to learn about which ETFs and stocks you need to pick based on your specific financial situation and goals. And so the only con of investing your own money is that you actually have to take the time to learn how to invest your own money the right way. You see, investing is a skill. And just like any skill, a beginner will get beginner results, while an expert will get expert results. It's as simple as that. The second step to invest your own money is pretty simple, but there's a lot of nuances here that you have to be careful about, because getting it wrong can cost you a lot of money. So when I started investing my own money, I just went with what my bank recommended, their own stockbroker. A stockbroker is essentially a website or platform that you can use in order to buy and sell stocks. Think of it like Amazon, but for stocks. You see, when it comes to choosing your stockbroker, there are so many options. Each of the major banks have their own stockbroker, and there are also other companies like Wealthsimple, Questrade, and Moomoo that are also stockbrokers. And so which one should you choose? Well, there are three main criteria that you need to evaluate when choosing your stockbroker. The first being commissions. This is the cost to buy or sell a stock. For example, RBC will charge you about $5 to $10 each time you want to buy or sell a stock, while other platforms like Questrade or Wealthsimple won't charge you anything. Number two, exchange fees. This is especially important as a Canadian investing in the US, because each time you buy or sell a stock, you'll likely have to pay an exchange fee to convert Canadian dollars to US dollars. Now, most brokers will typically charge you about a 1.5% conversion fee, but there are other brokers that have a much more competitive exchange rate. And lastly, you have to consider your stockbroker's user interface. This is essentially how easy is it for you to use the platform. And this is important because if the stockbroker is too complicated for you to use and you don't end up investing your money, that kind of defeats the purpose. And so you want a platform that is easy for you to use so that you can stay consistent with your investing strategy. And so that's the reason why I'm excited to share the sponsor of this video. Moomoo is an online brokerage with over 30 million global users. And I specifically like Moomoo because it's honestly one of the best stockbrokers in Canada for three main reasons. The first being fees. Moomoo offers very competitive fees when buying and selling stocks. For US stocks, fees start at $0.009 per share, with a $199 minimum order fee. And if you're trading Canadian stocks, commissions start at $0.014 per share, with a $1.49 minimum order. Now compare this to some of the major banks in Canada, you'll be paying about $10 per trade. Number two, Moomoo offers one of the best exchange rates to convert Canadian dollars to US dollars. Because with Moomoo, you're able to convert money at the Moomoo preferred rate, which is a corporate exchange rate that only Moomoo has access to. Now comparing this to other stockbrokers that have a flat fee of about 1.5%, you'll be saving a lot of money. And lastly, the interface. Moomoo has a modern and easy to use web and mobile application. And what I really like about it is that it gives you a bunch of free analytical tools all in one place. For example, you can access Morningstar research, analyst ratings, target pricing, and more. They even have a high dividend ranking feature that lets you find high dividend stocks in both the US and Canadian markets. And right now, Moomoo is offering some really great promotions. If you deposit $1,000 or more, you automatically unlock 20 free shares. And if you deposit $8,000, you get access to 40 shares. And both tiers will get an extra 10 shares through my channel. Also, if you're transferring money from another brokerage into Moomoo, you can receive up to $2,300 in transfer bonuses. And so if you're looking for a better way to invest in the US as a Canadian investor, with lower commissions, currency conversion fees, while getting access to powerful investing tools, then Moomoo is a platform for you. If you want to sign up for Moomoo and get access to these sign-up bonuses, I'll leave a link to my referral code in the description below. Okay, and so let's move on to step number three, which is not going to make your financial advisor very happy if you currently invest some money with them. And so by the time I wanted to start investing my own money, I still had a bunch of money just sitting in mutual funds with my advisor. And so I had to figure out how to actually move my mutual funds to my new stockbroker, which leads me to the third step, which is to fund your account. And there are two main ways to fund your account. The first way is through an in-kind transfer. This is where you transfer your investments from your current broker directly to your new broker. Now, if you currently have mutual funds with your financial advisor and you want to move it to another broker, you might come up with a problem because you probably won't be able to move your mutual funds to your new broker because your new broker won't have those exact mutual funds, which is why instead you'll have to do a cash transfer, which is a second way to fund your account. A cash transfer is exactly what it sounds. You're just moving money directly into your new stockbroker. So if you have money just sitting in your checking account, you can do a cash transfer to your new broker. Now, if you're trying to move mutual funds, you're first going to have to sell your mutual funds, turn it into cash, and then transfer it into your new broker. Now, you might have to talk to your advisor about doing this, and let me tell you, they're not going to be very happy. I had many clients that wanted to start investing their own money, and when they told their financial advisor that they were going to move, their financial advisor really tried to convince them to stay. But here's what I told them. At the end of the day, it's your money. And right now, you're probably paying them thousands of dollars every single year. And so you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, one of the biggest fears that people have when investing their own money is that they're scared that they're going to lose all of their money. But the thing is, if you do step number 4 right, you'll never lose any money. So before working with me, one of my clients invested a couple thousands of dollars into one single stock. But then within a few years, that company went bankrupt and he lost almost all of his money. And so for years, he was scared to invest his money again. And this is the risk of putting all of your eggs in one basket, where if that one company is bad, then you're going to lose all of your money. And so that's why instead of buying just one stock, I teach my clients how to build a stock investment portfolio. A stock portfolio is essentially a collection of about 5 to 10 different stocks or investments. And the benefit of doing this is that if one of those investments don't perform that well, the other investments will be able to offset those losses. And there are two main ways to build a stock investment portfolio. The first is by using something called a robo-advisor. This is where a robot will ask you a few questions like, what are you investing for? How long are you planning to invest for? What's your risk tolerance? And so on. Then based on your answers, it'll build you a custom-made stock investment portfolio of about 5 to 10 different investments. The benefit of using the robo-advisor is that it's really easy. To invest your money, all you need to do is to transfer money into your robo-advisor, and then it'll automatically allocate all of your money to your custom-made stock investment portfolio. Now on the flip side, a robo-advisor will have a management fee. For example, Wealthsimple has a robo-advisor that will charge you about a 0.5% management fee. Now compare this to a 2.5% management fee with your financial advisor. I would take the robo-advisor fee any day. But here's the thing, a common mistake that I see people make when using the robo-advisor is that they answer their initial investing questionnaire wrong. For example, one of my clients was in her 30s and not planning to retire anytime soon. But when the robot asked her about her risk tolerance, she was like, oh, I don't want to take any risk. Like I want to be super risk adverse. And so the robot gave her a very low risk stock investment portfolio that also gave her a very low rate of return per year. And later on, when we started working together, she learned that, oh, she should actually be in a high risk stock investment portfolio that will give her a greater return. And so just remember that if you're using the robo-advisor, you still have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, the robot will just give you a random stock investment portfolio that's not going to be right for your specific situation. Now, the second way to build a stock portfolio is to just build your own. And one of the main pros to doing this is that there's almost hardly any management fees. Now, if you invest in ETFs, there's going to be some management fees, but it's going to be very minimal. The other benefit of building your own stock investment portfolio is that you really get to optimize your stock investment portfolio for performance. For example, the way that you invest in the RSP is likely going to be different from the way that you invest in the TFSA because the taxes on these accounts are going to act differently. And so when you build your own stock investment portfolio, you're able to choose investments specifically for those accounts. Now, the biggest con of building your own stock investment portfolio is that it does take some time in order to do this. But the thing is, you only need to put some upfront work in order to build your stock investment portfolio. And once you have it, all you need to do is just buy the exact same stock investment portfolio year after year. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and you want a step-by-step process on how to actually build your own stock investment portfolio, that's the reason why I created my online course, The Black Sheep Investor. This is where you'll learn how to invest your own money using my signature goal-based investing strategy, where you'll be able to get an 8 to 10% rate of return per year on less than 1 hour per month. And so if you want to join and learn more about this course, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Okay, and so now the fifth step to invest your own money is the easy part, because you've already done all of the hard work. You have an investing strategy, you've chosen your broker, you've funded your account, and you've built your own stock investment portfolio. The last step is just to buy your investments. Now, to buy your investments through your stock broker, you need to submit something called an order. And there are two main types of orders. The first being a market order. A market order is where you buy an investment at its current stock price. For example, since this is Apple's current share price, this is the price that you're going to be buying it at. Now, the second type of order is called a limit order. This is where you set the highest price that you're willing to buy a stock. So for example, since this is Apple's current share price, we could set a limit buy order to only buy Apple if it drops down to, let's say, $300. And then to sell your investments, it's the exact same thing, just the opposite. A market order will sell at its current share price, while with a limit sell order, you'll have to set the lowest amount that you're willing to sell the stock. Okay, and so these are the 5 steps to invest your own money. And if you just take one thing away from this video, just remember that you are 100% able to invest your own money. And investing is only risky if you don't know what you're doing. And so all you need to do is take some time to learn about how to actually invest your own money the right way. And since you're here on my YouTube channel, you're in good hands because I've created a whole playlist on how to actually invest your own money even as a beginner. And so I'll leave a link to this playlist right over here. That's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.